Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Esther Keito. If you are new here, thank you so much for watching. And if you're a new person, kindly subscribe and like to this video. So today I have a lovely friend here, Precious, as she's called. And I want Precious to introduce herself a little to us. So who is Precious? Then we start with the questions. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Precious. Esther has already said. I'm from Zimbabwe, so that's in Southern Africa. I've lived in Berlin for about 4 years now. Before coming to Germany, I was living in Cyprus, where I did my undergraduate, and that was for like 4 years as well. So yes.
Okay, so Precious, thank you so much for introducing yourself. She's a lovely friend of mine, and she went to Cyprus to study her bachelor's and came to Germany. And I found it very inspiring because she's from Zimbabwe and coming to Cyprus, then now Germany. I just wanted to know why you wanted to study abroad and now coming here in Germany to work. And yeah, so I'm very interested in it, and that's why I wanted to have this meeting with you.
Okay, so honestly, the idea of studying abroad was from my parents. Okay. Because they had lived abroad before, and they had experienced, the European life. Yeah. And at that point, I mean, when I was in high school, I wasn't really thinking about going abroad, because at that point, all I knew was life in Zimbabwe. But my parents wanted us to experience something that is more than just, being in Africa. Mm-hmm. So growing up, we already knew that we were going to study abroad. My undergraduates, I wanted to, of course, start working and find employment and stuff like that. But in Cyprus, because I was in northern Cyprus, it's a bit difficult because of the language barrier. They speak Turkish. Wow. And I mean, they're even learning Turkish. That's their language. So if you don't know the language, then it's difficult to actually get employed there. So I had to find somewhere else where I could be useful, where I could find employment and, grow career-wise. So that is why then I looked at Germany. I was attracted with the fact that they had free tuition for students, but I ended up going to a private school, so I still paid. Yes, but I think that was the thing that drew me more to Germany, that you could actually study for free. So I started looking into universities, and
you came here. So those of us who have not been to Cyprus before, can you give us a little something interesting about Cyprus?
Well, it's Cyprus. Well, what I like about it is you never feel alone, sort of, because it's an island, by the way, and it's not so big, and it has a lot of foreign students. Okay. You understand? So if you're walking in the city, if you're going to the shops, you're more likely to meet someone whom you know, or someone who's black, and it kind of gives it a homey feeling. Okay. As compared to Germany, you can be on the train and you're the only black person in there, and not that it's a problem, but I'm just saying it felt more homey in Cyprus. Okay. And interestingly, you can do two things in Cyprus. You can go to church, or you can have fun. Okay, so there's a lot of fun in Cyprus, a lot also, I guess, because there are a lot of students, but then there are a lot of good churches as well. Okay. I used to go to Forward in Faith in Cyprus, so it's a really nice place. Shopping, shoes,
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow, then you came to Germany. So did you face any challenges traveling from Cyprus to Germany? It can be visa-wise, like any immigration issues?
No, well, not really. So I applied for my visa to Germany twice. Okay. The reason being, when I made my first application, my blocked account was not ready. So it was a little bit delayed. So I handed in the application anyway, and it was declined. But then I went in for a second interview, and then I ended all the documents, and then I got the visa. So I think Germany, as long as you've got all their requirements, they're most probably going to give you the visa. So I wouldn't say I had any issues, because I kind of already knew that the first application was not complete.
Yeah. So when you came to Germany, was there any cultural shock coming from Zimbabwe to Cyprus now to Germany? What cultural shock did you experience? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So Germany, wow. Yes, a big cultural shock, to be honest. First thing, the Germans, they are nice people, but they are not very expressive of it. So they kind of like, they have a straight face. So you tend to think that you get on the train and everyone is just like, it has a straight face. I'm like, oh, okay. Second thing, I came close to summer.
Okay.
So I met a lot of men dressed as women. So, you know, it was a shock to me. And I thought it was interesting, but I thought it was shocking as well. So it also being like right close to when I'm coming. I was shocked.
Big shock. I get you. Coming from an African country to European country, and you see this, it's a big shock. I totally get what you're saying.
And the last bit would be, of course, it's lonely here. Like I said, unlike in Cyprus, where there are a lot of black people, and then you can relate to a lot of people. Here in Germany, I feel like there are a lot of the other people, the German people, and not so much of the black community. So it can get a little bit lonely.
I get you. I get you. So finally, you are here. How was studies like? So can you compare your studies? Even though you didn't study in Zimbabwe, like with your master's degree, at least is there some similarities studying in Zimbabwe, Cyprus, and Germany? And what maybe advice would you give to maybe, I don't know, your country so that they can improve upon the educational system, or any similarities or differences?
So the thing is, I did not go to university in Zimbabwe, so I don't know. What I do know about is the high school. I don't know if I can compare high school to university life, because it's a little bit different. But studying in Cyprus and in Germany, it was more or less the same for me. I wasn't like surprised by any of the things that happen. I understood the workload. I understood how you find all your information on a website that the school gives to you. The lectures are formal, they're punctual, and all of that. So I think it's more or less the same, actually. Not too much a big difference in terms of how the courses are structured and all of that. So it was pretty much the same. Parallel somehow.
Okay, so after studies, how was the job search like? Because sometimes there is some struggle from foreign students to get a job. So how was your process like?
Okay, so well, interestingly, my process was not too difficult. Thank God. I first worked with Klarna when I was still a student. So I was doing part-time work, and then from there I then graduated, and then I needed a full-time job. So the first thing that I did was, because a lot of people talk about how difficult it is to get a job. So the first thing that I did, I just, I was defensive. I was like, it's difficult to get a job. So I would find myself saying, oh, it's difficult to get a job, when I wasn't actually looking. Yes, I wasn't. I would send like 1 email, 2 emails, and then like no response. I wasn't making enough efforts, to be honest. And then I got a job with Plus Dental in those 1 or 2 applications. That was a good, it was like in customer service.
Okay.
So I worked with them for 1 month only, because then I got my job now with Mercedes-Benz. So with Mercedes-Benz, honestly, it was a referral from a friend. She just advised that they're taking people now. I should make an application. I actually didn't want to make the application because I thought, Mercedes-Benz, there's no way they're going to take me. But she pushed me. She's like, just make an application, and I did, and I got the job. So I had to leave Plus Dental, and then now I've been employed with Mercedes-Benz for 3 years.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. So okay, so after work, is there what hobbies do you indulge in? that maybe to take your mind away from being lonely in Germany and work stress and everything? Yeah.
After work, I'm tired. Honestly, after work, I'm tired. If I'm working from the office, then it takes me about 45 minutes to get home.
Wow.
So I just get home, find something to eat, watch TV and stuff. And if I'm working from home, then I just stay indoors, to be honest. But then during the weekend, I try to do some stuff with my friends. Go out for festivals, go out to the park. And stuff like that. So this is how, and go to church on Sunday. It helps when you're surrounded by people to be less lonely. The more people you know, the more comfortable you become. This is, I don't do anything specific to after work, but then just come home. Sometimes I do go for drinks with my friends, and then we could just sit and drink and talk, but then it's not something that I do all the time, whatever comes.
That's nice. But so what advice will you give to maybe your Zimbabwean friends or neighbors or anyone in Zimbabwe who wants to come to Germany? What advice will you give to them?
Well, honestly, I feel like Germany has presented me with so many opportunities that I believe I would not get if I was in Zimbabwe. So I would definitely, if you can afford it, it's a good idea to come here. The education system is good. Jobs, well, you can find a job. You can earn a living. You can start your life here. It's difficult to get a job in Zimbabwe. Other people get it okay, but then it's not necessarily easy, and we do understand the situation in Africa. So my advice to anyone who would want to come to Germany is it's a good move. It has served me well, and I would like to believe that it might serve someone well as well.
That's nice.
I could have improved myself at a free school, but then I had to make my parents pay for it. So, so I would encourage, look for free schools. They're absolutely there. You just need to be patient enough to look for them. I would encourage to learn the language. If, for example, you're waiting to know what your next move is, and you think you want to come to Germany, it would be a good idea to learn the language, because it takes you 2 steps ahead from someone who doesn't know the language.
Exactly. Since you have been to Germany is kind of like an intercultural country. Like you can find in almost anyone from any country in this place. And in Cyprus, you said that there were so many people from different countries. So my question is, how were you able to deal with like relationships with people? How were you able to relate to people and kind of have that kind of cordial relationship with people and move on with your life peacefully,
So I feel like that is the benefit of moving to different countries, because then you learn how to relate with different people from different cultures. If for example I'd not left Zimbabwe, if I had studied in Zimbabwe and then tried to work in Germany, it would have been difficult because I'm not used to different cultures, different ways of doing things, trying to respect each other and make sure that you're not offending other people because of their culture. So I feel like it's something that I learned just by being around different people. You cannot be perfect. You don't know what would offend the other person. You might say something nice, but it actually offends them. But I think that exposure helps you to deal with other people as well.
It's very true. So what are your final words?
After all has been said and done, you need to also consider that there are some disadvantages. I feel like I've said all the good things about Germany, and there are some disadvantages. There's the weather. It gets really cold in Germany, and sometimes it's difficult to adapt to. There is a little bit of feeling secluded. You understand? So for example, if you're looking for a house, or if you go to the government office and you do not understand the language and stuff like that, so you need to consider, you need to really know that you want to come here and be motivated enough to come and want to be here, so that you can suck it up when it
Yeah.
sucks, and make sure that you just keep pressing towards your goal and get what you want out of this country.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to make an application, it can be done. Keep looking. You will find. I ended up giving up. I got lazy, and then I didn't continue looking for a free school. And I've also made a lot of friends from different countries. Like I know people from Ghana. I've actually learned a bit of the Ghanaian language. People from Nigeria. I've got a friend from Ivory Coast, Fatim, and she speaks French. So I guess it's all of these things. They teach you how to,
What are some of the things you can say in the Ghanaian language?
Okay, so metase, I think it means thank you. Mitie, I think it means I'm listening. Meko means I'm coming. Meko, okay, this one is a little bit difficult. Meko jare, I think it's something like that. I think it means I'm going to bath.
Yeah,
there you
go. That's really good.
Yes.
Yeah. And what are your favorite food? African or Ghanaian favorite?
My
food?
favorite Ghanaian food is rice balls and peanut butter soup.
Yeah.
Oh
Grano
my god, you guys. And then I also like wache.
Wow.
Yes, I absolutely love it. Nigerian jollof. Nigerian jollof. Yeah, and then I've forgotten the food from Ivory Coast, but there's this thing, I think it's okra. I don't know what they call it as well. So yeah, my friend made it for me once, and I absolutely loved it. I have learned how to make it myself. Wow. That's how good I think it is. And I know how to make peanut butter soup, by the way.
That's nice.
So, yeah.
That's nice. Thank you for adapting to other cultures and learning from different people. That's really good.
It broadens your mindset.
Exactly.
Then you're not like just focused on narrow-minded. That's the word. It broadens your mindset. It actually helps you with the personal skills. You know, how to you get an understanding of what other people are like and how they behave and how you behave, and then you can compare it and contrast and understand. So it's actually good.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Precious, for this lovely meeting. Yeah.
You're welcome, Esther. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah. So thank you so much, viewers. So, and don't forget, people who are amazing help others to be amazing. Thank you. Bye.
Hi. Hello. Testing 1 2.
Okay. Bloombergs. Yeah. Okay.